hope this is going to provide me the excitement that I'm looking for. Wow. Hi friends, thank you so much for joining me here today for this video, which is going to be my first impressions of the MAC art library, the Flame-Boyant art library. I do have the Nudes one and I really enjoyed it. So when I started seeing all the negative reviews of the brand new MAC eyeshadow palettes that recently released, I decided I didn't want to pass up my opportunity to get this palette since I had been eyeing it for a really long time, and I finally found it on a low enough sale price while I was wanting to get it that I decided to pick it up before it's gone, because now I know that all of the older palettes are pretty much being discontinued and they've got a new MAC eyeshadow formula that I'm not a big fan of. So I wanted to pick this palette up and I'm excited to give it a go. Already got my eyes primed. Let me get you zoomed in. We'll get into the palette. I should have pulled out the other one. Oh, Jesus, that hurt. All right. Here's my original MAC Nude library. I love the classic MAC shadows, like the standard mattes and stuff like that, and just the regular satins. Their sparkles are okay, but really I like the satins and the mattes, and that's what this palette is made of. So I enjoyed this one so very much that I had been eyeing this one here, the Flame-Boyant, for a very long time. So MAC redoing their formula was the catalyst to make me want to buy this. Yeah. Here is what my palette looks like. Okay. I'm excited to get into this palette now. Let's get into the eye look. I'm going to start off with this really pretty, let's take a moment to marvel at the beauty of this little palette here. I like this a lot. I think I'm going to enjoy it. Okay, I'm going to start off with this really beautiful orange shade here. That might have been too bright of a start. Maybe I should have started with the tan, but this just seemed more fun. Hope I don't have any creases. It looks like I might. I piddled around way too long after I put my eye base on. I thought I was about to start and I didn't. I think that's better. Ooh, that's a really fiery shade. I'm a big fan of the classic shadows, the classic matte shadow formula from MAC. And I'm really sad to see that they're doing more of that like powder kiss formula. I really do not like the performance of those mattes at all. I mean, yeah, in the palettes where they have the powder kiss, the shimmers are a little better, I'll give you that, but like the mattes suck. So I like these mattes. I really like the classic matte a lot from MAC. They're not like the very best out there, but they're good. Just going to blend out my crease a little bit with my Singe Beauty brush. Okay, that's really pretty. It softened it up a lot more than how it started off, but it really blended it out nicely. I could add more of that color if I wanted to intensify it, but I want to take it in a deeper direction still, so I took a smaller brush. I'm going to test out going down with the next blender size in my Singe Beauty brushes and see how that performs for me. Because I think that's how they were intended to be used, is to kind of go in with your next shade with this one. So I'm going to try that with this deep orange. It's like a brick orange or like a pumpkin orange. More of like a fall time orange. Okay, so that did intensify the depth just a little bit. And I don't want to get like really out of control with this shade. I just want to add it here to the outer edge. I like the way this one went on better. I feel like I tapped off the other one too much. There we go. Just a little bit more with that original shade to blend out that top edge. Now I'm going to use my smallest Singe Beauty blender, which I think is the EO5. The EO5. And I'm going to use this really dark shade here in the corner. Just tapping a little bit. Put this in the outer edge just to really smoke out this corner. I do like the way that made a difference. What do you think? Let me see if I can get the lighting a little closer for this side. Is that better? Okay, let's see the difference of without the smoky edge and with the smoky edge. Now I don't know what side I picked up the product with. There we go. Wow, I love the way those colors are melding together. Really beautiful out there in the edge. Wow, really, really pretty. It's looking pretty good. I'm gonna take this cream colored shade and put that in the inner corner just before anything else happens. Was that bright enough? Not really. You can see it a little bit, but not really. I'm gonna just still do that to the other side because they need to match. Make sure they're shaped right. Okay, then I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the cream shade and see if I can lighten it a little further. Oh, that's a shimmer. That's a satin. My bad. Okay, so that kind of messed up that shade like for what I had intended, but we can play it off here at the front. Just like the slightest hint of some sheen. I'm going to use my Sonia G Jumbo blender to just soften up that front edge all together. Love the way this fits in there. Now I'm going to use this same pencil, go into the tan shade here. This is a little large for my particular lower lash line, but I'm going to go ahead and use it. I want to bring some of this burgundy shade into the lower lash line, but I need a more detailed brush. I can't tell if that's a matte or a satin. I think it's a matte. It's not fluffing up like it's a matte. It might be a satin. I'm going to try to get really strategic under the middle for some brightness here. Okay. Just like that. And then for the back, I'm going to go into this dark brown here. I really, really love the way that looks so far. I'm going to try this rougher shader into this red satin. And I really hope this is going to provide me the excitement that I'm looking for. Let's try it dry. Ooh, that is really pretty. Okay, so that does look nice, but I want to just see what maybe like my finger can do. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more over the main part. Now that I got the shape like really set down with the brush. That's pretty. Blend those together here. I'm gonna try this little Smith Cosmetics brush. Let's just see what the white shade will do all by itself without being over the peach, now that I know it's a shimmer or like a satin. And let's try to spray it and see if it'll help the impact of it somehow. It did not. It did not do anything for it. Oh, yeah, it did. So with this particular shade, it's better to pick it up with the wet brush. Wow, okay. Oh, yeah. Wow. I wasn't expecting that much of a difference. Wow, okay. So now I'm just gonna take my blender and try to soften up that satin, like fade out. Ooh, love. Wow. So I think the look is done. What do you think? Here's what the palette looks like now. Let me just try to like finger blend this line a little bit more. There's nothing on my finger right now. I'm just smoothing out the existing shadows. Okay, I feel like that did help. And now that I know, hold on, now that I know that this shade can be really intense, let me put it on a pencil brush and spray it for my inner corner. There we go. And just to like bring the whole look together from one edge to the other. Now I'm just gonna soften all that up. Okay. Wow, guys, here's the finished look. I really, really love the way it turned out. Let me step back and let you see it. Wow, that looks like really, this looks really bold. So now I feel the need to add some more blush and maybe amp up the lip. So let me add the finishing details, including eyeliner and mascara, and I'll be right back to show you the completed look with the MAC Art Library. No, Flame-Boyant. Give me a fucking tip, you dried out bitch. Okay, there we go. Now I gotta ruin my perfect tip to make them try to match, because that one got just way too big in that process. There we go. There we go. Okay, friends, here's the finished look with my preferred lip, which is a nude lip. I really love a bold eye look with a concealer lip moment, but I also love it with a bold red. So let's go in with this really gorgeous vampy red from Pat McGrath. Keep in mind, I have the Natasha Denona Michelle underneath already. So it's going on really easy. Usually this would like stick a little more. And I gotta struggle with my lip line a little bit because I've already got the nude liner on. Okay, here it is with the red. Considering I already had lipstick and a nude liner on and I don't have a deep vampy red lip liner, I feel like the lips turned out pretty good. So that was a lot of fun. I forgot I wanted to add another coat of mascara. I do feel like my lashes could use a little bit more padow. I'm going to amp it up with the Milani Anti-Gravity. This is probably like one of the last couple of uses I can get out of this container, and it might actually even be pushing it a little much, but let's just risk it for the biscuit. Oh God, I just got something. I'm not going to smear it. I'm going to let those 2 black spots dry. Resist the urge to go in right away and try to wipe it. It'll smear your whole makeup. So once it dries, see I got some little black flecks in there. Once it dries, I'm going to try to scrape those off. Here's the actual final look with the red lip. Here's what I look like from afar. Oh, I forgot to buff out my face. Jesus. Buffing is crucial, especially when you're going in with bold blush and bold bronzer like I did today. All right. Okay, friends, here's the actual final look, and let's take a really good look at it. I really, really like the look. I love the way the eyeshadows blended together. I love the mattes in this palette. I'm so glad I finally picked it up before this possibly disappears forever, because MAC has been revamping their eyeshadows, and as I stated before, they're not my favorite. This is my favorite out of what they've had to offer so far. Like, these older formulas are what I like from MAC. So yeah, let me know down below in the chat section. Do you enjoy MAC eyeshadows? Have you ever tried MAC eyeshadows? Have you like long since forgotten about MAC eyeshadows? I know. It's like, I think they had their time like 10, 12 years ago maybe, but that was long before I could afford MAC. So I've been getting into MAC in the more recent years, like the last 5 or 6 years maybe. Anyhow, I really, really love the way the eye look turned out. I love it paired with this red lip. I also love a nude lip. Yeah, I really like it with this red bold lip though. I think it could go great for either. And I really enjoyed playing with this palette today. I'm so happy I finally picked it up. Let me know, do you have this palette? Do you want to see any more looks with this palette? Are you over this palette? I'd love to hear from you. It's okay if we have different differing opinions and experiences. I still want to hear from you and hear all about it. So yeah, I look forward to chatting with you down in the chat section. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to click the like button. It really does help my channel out so much. And make sure you're subscribed so we can hang out again. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye. For the record, I love red eyeshadow.